Asian Jiu-Jitsu Championship is around the corner, this time in Mongolia. The fourth edition of the competition will see all the top athletes from 40 Asian nations competing in Ulaanbaatar. So, let's meet the members of the organizing committee and learn more about this prestigious event. In less than a month in Ulaanbaatar, the top Jiu-Jitsu athletes from all over Asia will come together in Ulaanbaatar and compete at the 4th Asian Jiu-Jitsu Championship. So over 400 athletes from 40 countries will compete in Ulaanbaatar. So how's the preparation of this championship going along?
Yeah, so first of all, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude for inviting us to today's program. And indeed, as you said, more than 30 countries, about roughly 400 athletes from all of the Asian countries are coming to Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar in July to compete in Jiu-Jitsu Asian Championship. So amongst Jiu-Jitsu world, indeed it is one of the largest events to be organized. And we feel very honored to actually organize this large-scale international event in Mongolia. And in terms of preparation, since it is basically very much large competition, so lots of different work streams, different activities are being organized and being prepared. So I can't say how much percentage are we at in terms of preparation, but we're all striving towards preparing this up to 100%, because it is not only our job to do to make it a successful event, but also it is Mongolia face. So if we can organize this well enough, then not only Jiu-Jitsu sports, but all other like large-scale sport events will be organizing in Mongolia. Mongolia will be hosting such large-scale events in the future. So this is very important sport event for us.
One thing grabbed my attention was the motto of the competition, which was Clean World and Clean Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Could you tell us about the meaning behind this motto and why did the organizers choose this motto?
Yes. As was mentioned before, we would have more than 30 countries, and we would have the world attention paid to Mongolia and to this event. So we thought with the organizing committee and decided that we can use this opportunity to raise awareness about some major world issues, and we thought that the most pushing issue that we face is air pollution and the issue with the waste. So we can use all this attention to raise awareness to stop the pollution and fight the climate change, etc. So that's why we decided to put Clean World. So our organizers and volunteers team would organize different activities to promote this idea. And Asian Jiu-Jitsu Federation is also working on spreading the awareness against use of the dopings or any chemistry that would affect the fair games. So we connected these two ideas and these two goals and put our motto as Clean World and Clean Jiu-Jitsu. Also, with using this motto, we using some hashtags of one of the biggest movement in the history of the humankind. It's called World Cleanup Day. So every year there's a special day when more than 100 countries around the world do the cleanup in their territories. So we are supporting this movement also with our hashtags. So we really hope that it would give a good awareness message to all the participants and all the audience.
So it will be very environmentally friendly games.
Yes, it will be very environmentally friendly. We would have some activities to clean in Ulaanbaatar city in some areas where sometimes you can find a lot of trash, etc. So We're gonna have our volunteers to spend their one day working for us, cleaning the environment, etc. And during the games also, we would use this message and this motto as much as possible, and to make sure that everyone is aware about the issue that is pushing.
Also, with this championship, the first junior Asian Championship has also been held. This is the test event for the 2020 Children of Asia Games, right? Could you tell us more about this event?
Yes, indeed. Mongolia also has been granted a great opportunity to actually organize Children of Asia 2020 Asian Games. So this is, as we all know, like it's very much a large-scale international sport event. And as part of that, actually Jiu-Jitsu as a sport is already included as one of the key sports within this Asian Games next year. So this year, during this Asian Championship, Junior Asian Jiu-Jitsu Championship, this will be also organized as a test event towards next year's Asian Games. So this is also very much a very important event, because organizing this coming Jiu-Jitsu event, for us, for example, we will be having sort of relevant preparedness regarding the next year's large-scale event. So it's quite important.
Of course, the mid-July is the time for Naadam Festival for Mongolians, and there will be a lot of interesting events will be going on. So apart from the competition, what other things our guests expect to see? And
of course, July is actually the best time to be in Mongolia. So all of the competitors have the opportunity to experience Naadam. So obviously wrestling, archery, horse racing, it will be probably one of their, I guess, top activities to do in Mongolia. Also, Mongolia is always great for sightseeing, right? So they can get away and see beautiful nature. Yeah, and the federation is going to be organizing entertainment programs around Western Palace. There will be non-stop activities and social programs around the facility. So for sure, the competitors will not be bored, and we're trying to actually have it organized that way. The 400 athletes, when they leave, they never forget this experience, and that's one of the importance we're trying to focus on doing this event, which, because this is our first major events that we host, and we believe we have the ability to do the events at the highest level, and we want to keep organizing continental world-class level events in future, and of course, this is very important for us.
Without the sponsorships and partner organizations, this our competition wouldn't be possible. So what are the special gifts from the sponsors?
we have good partners joining us in efforts to organize this event. G-Mobile, for example, is covering the mobile for competitors. They cover the free cell phone numbers with unlimited data. So that way they'll be able to communicate back to their homes and countries and do social media activities. So which will help the reach of the whole event.
Help the competitors to settle in Mongolia and enjoy Mongolia more.
Exactly. Yeah.
As a sport of Jiu-Jitsu, it's one of the combat sports Mongolians excel. We won many international and world championship medals, but some people don't know about the Jiu-Jitsu history and culture. Could you tell us a little bit, elaborate on the Jiu-Jitsu, the sport of Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, sure. I think after Bilga might elaborate more about Jiu-Jitsu as a sport, but just talking about my experience, I've been training Jiu-Jitsu in the last 4 or 5 years. So it means basically I'm new into the Jiu-Jitsu world. And so for me, this is a great sport. And my understanding is that it has more than 100 years of history. So actually its initial root is same with Judo, from basically the same person. And it diverted through different routes because basically Judo evolved as more into indoor sport, and while Jiu-Jitsu kept evolving as a martial art or combat type of sport, and it has been evolving, developing in the last 100 years. And for Mongolia, it has been very much actively developing in the last 10 years, thanks to Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu Association. And so in terms of sport, I think I find it very helpful sport for one's health, and also not only physical health, also for one's mental health. So it brings a lot of discipline and lots of culture to one person who trains this sport. So for myself, I also found it this sport helped me to actually develop my mental strength, or to gain or maintain my discipline. So all these personal virtues helped me actually to go on a professional career, to do any kind of work. So I think this sport helps one, it brings a lot of benefits.
How about from the athlete and coach side? Could you tell us about your view on the Jiu-Jitsu?
Jiu-Jitsu, so it's a form of grappling. Grappling meaning judo, wrestling. There are many types and categories, right, in Sambo. So Jiu-Jitsu is more focused on submissions and chokeholds, where you have the opportunity to defeat your opponent with basically with submission. But in a nutshell, it's really non-weapon combat art, martial art, and it's very widespread now, especially with contribution of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if you go to US, Europe, it's very popular and widespread, and it's been catching up in Mongolia, and in Asia it's very high level competitively. So so from that standpoint, the sport is growing rapidly, and recently this sport was included in the Asian Games, so that's one of the major milestone for the Jiu-Jitsu development to be included in the Olympic Games. So we believe there is a high chance that we might see Jiu-Jitsu in Olympics pretty soon. And actually organizing Asian Championship in Ulaanbaatar is actually again one of the contributions to the development of this sport. And 2020 Children of Asia Jiu-Jitsu being included, it was a milestone to actually demonstrate our petition to be in the Olympics.
So the championship also being organized under the auspices of the Mongolian president, Mr. Batolog, right? And so it's been 10 years since the Jiu-Jitsu take root in Mongolia. So in just 10 years, hosting the Asian Championship is quite a big accomplishment. And so I was wondering about the mascot of the championships. It's Garuda, the mythical bird. I know that it's a symbol of Ulaanbaatar city and the protector of Bogd Khan mountain. So why the organizers chose this mythical figure as a official mascot of the competition?
The Garuda, as you said, one of the biggest clubs of Jiu-Jitsu in Mongolia that is contributing to the development of the sport in Mongolia is called Garuda. And there are several other clubs that is also contributing to the development of this sport in Mongolia. And the thing is, it's an international event, and for the international level, for the international media, we also would need to promote our country, promote our city, and have a link of the sport to the history and culture of Mongolia. That's why we thought that this bird type animal. Mysterious animal from the myths is suitable as a logo of this event. Plus, it represents power, but at the same time it represents the cleverness, the smart thoughts of the person. So it really matches the fighting, the martial sports also. So it represents our Mongolian culture, our Mongolian myth, legends. At the same time, the power, the sports, the fairness, which is also the main things in the sport and in Jiu-Jitsu too.
Of course, this competition will be stepping stone for the next more international competitions for Mongolia. And what are the next plans for the Mongolian Jiu-Jitsu Federation to develop this sport? Maybe to develop this sport in the countryside to 21 provinces. And what are the other things that the federation is planning to do next?
So of course we believe that our future is our youth, and we are of course anticipating Jiu-Jitsu in Olympics sometimes in the future. So the main job is to prepare our youth, and in that aspects federation is working very aggressively to develop Jiu-Jitsu in the provinces. So of course near future 2020 children of Asia, so we are starting to prepare for that event. Also we are starting a few social programs where kids in the rural areas can have a safe place to train Jiu-Jitsu after school. So recently this year, Half Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Mongolia have been open, and the sole target was the youth. So we do believe that we'll be having future champions from out of these type of academies. We are developing comprehensive programs for programs and curriculums for youth at different stage, and it's been going well, and we've been getting many high-level guests coming into our country, doing seminars and workshops and training. So the federation works in full aspects in that direction.
So as you said, there's a talks of Jiu-Jitsu being included in the Olympics program, and next year Tokyo Olympics, maybe in 2024 there will be Jiu-Jitsu in the program.
So Tokyo Olympics, Jiu-Jitsu won't be in, but there's a high chance that Paris 2024 Jiu-Jitsu will be included as one of the the sport types. So the finalists or the Children of Asia participants, especially finalists, they have a good chance to be in the Olympics. So and we are really looking ahead in that regard.
In just 5 years, the kids will be all grown up and professional athletes, and we're hoping to see them in the world stage. So, of course, the backbone of any international competition are the volunteers. And how are the organizing committee working with volunteers, and could you tell us about the progress of preparing the volunteers?
Yes, sure. As we highlighted, this Asian Jiu-Jitsu Championship is going to be very large-scale, a major sport event. So we do need a lot of help and assistance and support from many people. So without volunteers, I think we can't achieve what our targeted level of preparedness. So for that purpose, basically we have started the registration process for volunteers to register to work in our as part of organizing committee. And this week on June 29th, on Saturday, so we are going to organize a training session for all the registered volunteers. So it will be held at Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it will start at 8:30 in the morning. So I would like to, taking this opportunity, I would like to address to all the registered volunteers, please come to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Saturday. So let's meet there, and firstly, we will be organizing short interviewing process and make some pre-selection amongst all the registered volunteers, and also then we will be organizing training sessions, so which will include public speaking and diplomatic protocol type of trainings, and also we'll give some tour guiding type of knowledge session in the afternoon. So please come to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So could you make the closing remarks of the interview?
Okay. So after Naadam on July 14th till July 24th, best of the best of Asia will be coming to visit Mongolia and compete, and they will be world champions. All of the finalists from recent Asian Games are coming, and of course Mongolian team has a few surprises in each weight categories. So for all of the fans who enjoy combat sport, it'll be a blast to see exciting matches, and I'm sure there will be more inspiration seeing those champions coming in and taking part for this championship. And for all of the competitors who took their time to visit us, I would say thank you, and we'll be welcoming you, and we'll try to make your stay as smooth as possible.
So thank you very much. In 3 weeks, we're looking forward to see you in our beautiful land and enjoy the competition.